As children go back to class in a South Bay school district, an inside source tells Team 10 that some of the fire alarms don't work.
And that insider is only talking to our troubleshooter, Kristen Severance.
A fire roars through a school. Alarms alert students, teachers, and the fire department. But what if the alarms don't work?
The fire alarms at these schools are old, and there are some questions if there was a fire, will they work correctly?
That's why this Sweetwater Union High School district employee contacted Team 10. Because of retribution fears, we hid the face and disguised the voice of this employee.
That children's safety should be a priority.
Our source says they felt compelled to blow the whistle after suggestions from several employees to upgrade the alarms were ignored.
There are some buildings where portions of the system doesn't work.
Team 10 reviewed California's Division of the State Architect records. These records detail what different schools need for fire alarm systems and show the agency's tentative approval for the upgrades. The records don't indicate which systems need immediate upgrades. That's up to the district. 19 different schools in the district have needed fire alarm upgrades for at least 5 years, according to records. But the district has only asked for extensions and not started any work. For example, Bonita Vista High School needs fire alarm upgrades to the library, theater, auto shop, and other areas. Estimated cost is more than $400,000. Instead, for 5 years, the district has asked for extensions. Castle Park, Eastlake, Montgomery schools also need fire system upgrades. Junior highs and middle schools are listed too, including Granger, Southwest, and Mar Vista Middle.
I have never heard why they are not doing the work.
Proposition O, the $644 million bond measure approved by voters, could be used to fund the $6 million cost needed for the fire systems. But the money is going to other things. Like at Sweetwater Union High School, where the priority seems to be brand new athletic fields for the football and track and field teams. They're under construction now. The cost? $2.3 million. Yet records show the same school needs alarm system upgrades for the music building, practice gym, the girls' PE building. The cost? $1,120,000.
They seem to have money for other projects, and I don't understand why the fire alarms are not their first priority.
A spokesman for the district says safety is the district's top priority and all systems are functioning and the upgrades will eventually happen. Now, if you want to see if your child's school needs an upgrade, you can go to 10news.com for a breakdown of all the schools listed.
So what about local fire departments? What's their role?
All right, so this is interesting. So the fire agencies, when the upgrades are actually done, that's when the local fire agencies begin some of the oversight. They don't physically check the alarms and wiring. That's done by an outside contractor, and we've requested those reports as well.
So we look forward to more.
Yes, absolutely. Sure.
Well, tonight, Team 10 is getting results after we uncovered fire alarms inside 19 local schools were not upgraded, even though plans were approved 5 years ago. Tonight, the district is making changes, but community members still want to know what took them so long. Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severance broke this story and has tonight's new developments.
God forbid a fire breaks out in one of these schools. What the hell are we going to do?
Parent Maddie Adato told Team 10 she was horrified to hear our report that the fire alarms in the Sweetwater School District had not been upgraded.
I don't understand.
The issue was raised Wednesday at the Sweetwater Citizens Bond Oversight Committee.
We basically tell the taxpayers how well their money is being spent.
Records show Sweetwater Union High School needs alarm upgrades to the music building, practice gym, and the girls' PE building. The cost? $1,120,000. But the high school football and track and field teams are being upgraded for $2.3 million. Adato said add iPads to the list.
I think fire alarms are a lot more important than iPads. So I have a problem because in the past 2 years, we spent $8 million on iPads.
Committee members say they have one big question: how the district decides where this money is spent.
There's a lot more sparkle in a new gymnasium or a new classroom.
All questions were directed to District Representative Tom Calhoun, the Chief Facilities Executive. He attends all the meetings.
Yeah, we're in code compliance. We're not upgraded.
While he never quite said how the projects are prioritized, he did say that Chula Vista Middle School, Hilltop High School, and Montgomery High School are all getting fire alarm upgrades, and plans went into effect in June. Adato believes the Team 10 story is the real reason the upgrades are finally getting done.
Because you guys brought it to light, and you did a great service to the community in bringing it to light.
The Sweetwater School District has also maintained its fire alarms work, and they are in compliance. The district is planning to upgrade the alarms at all 19 schools. A local school district has more than 300 fire alarms that don't work, and parents say this is outrageous and uncalled for.
Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severance digs into some documents that some people say should have set off alarms for school officials.
More than 41,000 kids go to school in the Sweetwater district. Their safety a concern after a whistleblower warned, and we found 326 fire alarms don't work. There are 485 equipment deficiencies. 80 strobe lights don't flash, not to mention missing parts. The findings are confirmed in reports obtained by Team 10. For example, the alarms in the boys and girls locker rooms in Castle Park High School make no sound. Then there's Rancho Del Rey Middle School, where 25 devices did not sound the alarm when they were tested. The reports are from inspections that happened over a 3-month period this year.
I was not a bit surprised. Many people have known about these problems with the fire alarms for a long time.
We showed our new findings to this district employee, who would only talk to us if they could remain anonymous. The source first told us that some alarms didn't work, but didn't know about the deficiencies for hundreds of alarms.
If you have one classroom that doesn't have an alarm, that's not okay.
We also shared the information with a father of 2 Sweetwater students.
If you've got strobes or bells not working in either parts of school, in entire buildings, or in individual classrooms, how are those students and teachers to know that there's an emergency?
Most of the alarms listed as non-operational are heat detectors. That means when the temperature increases, they're supposed to sound off. That, along with smoke detectors, are part of a fully functioning alarm system.
Every single one of these deficiencies need to be corrected.
But there have been delays. 10 schools were approved for upgraded fire systems. There was money for it, $644 million of Prop-O funds. Instead, our whistleblower and some of the Bond Oversight Committee members say the district used money for other things, like a new football field. Back in July, a school district spokesman told Team 10 Sweetwater schools were fully compliant. And since our first story, the district did start a few upgrades after years of delays.
They are working on them at 3 schools.
So who is to blame for work not done?
It's really up to staff to point out.
Kevin O'Neill is on the Bond Oversight Committee. He faults the district for not telling parents how serious the situation was.
They may choose a new stereo and tinted windows when that vehicle needs brakes and tires.
Outraged parents just want the alarms fixed.
Why not just come out and say, you know what, we screwed up, and now we're fixing it?
We've been talking with the district for months. Now, they insist the schools are safe. And just today, they said those heat detectors that aren't working, they said they're not important to safety. And they said those detectors are for insurance purposes. So
we saw the angry parent there, and understandably so. How can the parents find out which schools don't have these alarm systems that don't work?
Okay, so go to 10news.com right now. Team 10 created this interactive map. It makes it really easy to see where the alarms are that don't work. The map's going to show you the school, the number of alarms that don't work, equipment deficiencies, and a lot more. So it's a great resource.
Yeah, good to know. Thanks, Kristen.
Sure.
Team 10 uncovered hundreds of alarms, fire alarms, that do not work in the Sweetwater School District.
And now students are telling parents about what's happening to the alarms inside the school. Troubleshooter Kristen Severance reports.
The ringing is a false alarm. It's a false alarm. Stay in your classroom.
Bernardo Vasquez recounts what his son heard.
Apparently, as soon as the alarm went off, there was a loudspeaker announcement advising everyone it's a false alarm, stay in your classrooms.
Later at lunchtime, the students at East Lake High School talked about the false alarm and found something interesting. They said not everyone heard the alarm.
My son's class didn't hear the alarm, they just heard the announcement.
Across the district, we uncovered 326 alarms not working. This was detailed in inspection reports we acquired under the State Open Records Act. For example, at Eastlake High, 23 pieces of malfunctioning alarm equipment don't work, including 6 alarms where the horn or strobe light were not working.
Assuming it had been a live fire alarm, what, a part of the school wouldn't have known? A part of the school maybe would have reacted a little slower?
What further troubles Vasquez is the district has millions of dollars from Prop O funds to do upgrades and repair the alarms, but other choices were made. The district counters by saying each school has a committee, including parents, that prioritize the work to be done.
I only am aware of improvements that I can see with my eyes. If I don't know that my alarm systems are 25 years old and haven't been upgraded, I'm not going to say allocate money towards it, and I think that's where the district fell down.
The district maintains all of the schools and the children are safe. Meantime, parents and students are checking out our interactive map on 10news.com. It shows exactly which buildings have alarms that don't work. Now to a Team 10 investigation that we have been closely following for 4 months. The National City and Chula Vista Fire Departments are now investigating information turned up by Team 10 on broken fire alarms in a local school district. Team 10 investigator Mitch Blocker found what the department is looking for. Mitch?
Kim, the investigators want to know how the Sweetwater School District missed or ignored more than 300 alarms that don't work. We found those broken alarms in several different buildings throughout the district. Schools like this one have fire alarms to save lives. We wanted to know why the Sweetwater District didn't know about 326 broken fire alarms in its schools. It's a question we've been asking since July. The district has said that there are no problems. Tom Calhoun is responsible for the alarms. He recently said at a public meeting, if there were problems, the district would have to set up what's called a fire watch.
A person that's dedicated to walk up and down the halls, to check trash cans, to check waste dumpsters, and report a fire manually if needed. We don't have to do that.
Our initial Team 10 investigation led the National City and the Chula Vista Fire Departments to launch investigations of their own, and we've obtained internal emails from one of those investigations. An email to Calhoun from the National City Fire Chief Robert Hernandez says, an action plan is required at 4 school sites. All schools shall have approved fire watch personnel deployed to all buildings affected by the outage/problem. Their only duty shall be to perform constant patrols and keep watch for fire. Team 10 created an interactive map on 10news.com that shows exactly which schools have alarms that don't work. The information came from a state open records request after an anonymous insider tipped us off that money was being spent on other things, like new football field turf. Board member Nick Marinovich said he has noticed a shift in district priorities since our investigation began.
I look at the actions of the district relative to when the media accounts began, and there are actions that would indicate that this had been languishing and hadn't been paid attention to, and now we went full steam ahead.
Since our first story, the district did start a few upgrades after years of delays. Marinovich said he's concerned the district continues to insist there are not any problems.
Which begs the issue, what other areas are there skeletons in the closet that we're not knowing about, that the district is afraid to let us know about?
Now, the Chula Vista and National City Fire Departments would not comment on the record for this story. If you want to see where all of those broken alarms are located, you can go online to 10news.com, where we have posted the map featured in our story. With Team 10, I'm investigator Mitch Blocker.
And this just in from Team 10. The Sweetwater School District put an emergency measure on the agenda for its next meeting.
The school board needs thousands of dollars to fix fire alarms that could fail. Also new, a state senator now calls all of those broken alarms shocking. Troubleshooter Kristen Severance investigates.
This upgrade wasn't required by code.
They're talking about one of the 326 alarms that don't work. Taxpayers passed Proposition O to make sure they did.
Why were we, as stakeholders, not told of something as important as this
The Bond Oversight Committee invited Team 10 to take a tour. We went to one of the 28 schools in the district with broken alarms. We got to see what's being done to fix the problem Team 10 exposed. The district says in this school, the alarms are fixed.
There were some fire alarm discrepancies in the Sweetwater Union High School district. Information that we received from Channel 10 News.
Team 10 told the National City Fire Department about the broken alarms. Now they demanded action from the school districts immediately. We also brought the information to the Chula Vista Fire Department. They too demanded immediate action from the district. We had to ask Chula Vista Deputy Fire Chief Justin Gibson why this information didn't come from the district.
In terms of why they didn't necessarily bring them forward to us when they immediately found out about it, I can't speak to that.
Gibson's department made a plan to deal with the deficiencies and says the district is cooperating. The fire department required the district to have employees walk the grounds to monitor all areas at 7 Chula Vista schools until the alarms are fixed. The fire department ordered an immediate upgrade of the entire system at Chula Vista Middle School, where 39 alarms didn't work. At Bonita Vista High School, 97 alarms need to be fixed. 30 alarms have been repaired. As of last week, 39% of the repairs ordered by the fire department have been made. The district has to update the fire department every week on the repair progress.
That is a problem that can potentially harm lives.
State Senator Ben Hueso saw Team 10 stories.
When you think about the amount of alarms that were not functional, it was greatly concerning. It was shocking, frankly.
He believes our investigation revealed a weakness in the reporting system for alarms and alarm systems. Tell me what you're going to do about this.
Statewide, we're going to try to find a way, what resources we could bring to the table to have a dialogue, how to improve safety in our schools.
The district has always said it's, quote, up to code. They'd even put these statements on their website after our stories would air, saying that they were fully compliant. Now, board members say that they think that really means the alarms were up to code at the time of installation, because now so many aren't working. Team 10 has an interactive map where parents and students can see exactly which schools have alarms that don't work. This is on our website, 10news.com, under the Team 10 Investigates section. I'm Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severance.
A fire at Chula Vista High School could be arson, and the alarms never went off. Firefighters told us that somebody walking by saw the smoke and called for help. They put the fire out quickly. It was in an office near the cafeteria. Team 10 has been reporting for months on the broken fire alarms in the Sweetwater School District. Now the San Diego fire chief says the Team 10 investigations spurred him into action. New at 6 o'clock, he tells troubleshooter Kristen Severance what he's doing to keep children safe.
San Diego Fire Chief Javier Maynor said the department had been watching a series of investigative reports by Team 10. Those stories focused on the broken fire alarms in the Sweetwater Union High School District.
One of the challenges we have, and it's something that your pursuit of the story has kind of helped us identify, is school districts should be providing to our fire prevention experts these reports that show the deficiencies in the alarm system, so we can see how severe they are.
Team 10 found the alarm reports done by a contractor. It showed 486 alarms, and alarm parts were broken in buildings across the district. Sweetwater is so large that 3 fire departments share responsibility for the district. National City and Chula Vista have the bigger pieces, and San Diego Fire picks up the balance. Chula Vista and National City also did not know about the broken alarms until Team 10 revealed the issue. Those fire departments and San Diego's made repairs. How did you handle the situation once you learned of the deficiencies?
I just wanted to make sure that we were dealing with it as a fire department.
Current procedures of once-a-year inspections by fire marshals did not reveal the scope of the hundreds of broken parts and malfunctioning alarms. The San Diego fire chief said his department is working on a new inspection plan.
That's something we really could have done a better job at. We will have that corrected by January.
The alarms in the San Diego buildings have all been repaired. Right now, National City has done 2/3 of the repairs. Chula Vista says nearly half of the repairs have been made, but 8 schools still have people called fire watch monitors walking the halls because of serious deficiencies. National City and Chula Vista say all repairs will be done by the end of the year. I'm Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severance.
And parents can track the repairs of the broken alarm systems on our website, 10news.com.